All right, this question was posed by women all over the world. As men, let's see how we answer this question. This statement. Is this statement true? Once a cheater, always a cheater. True or false?
False.
True.
Okay, Jimmy, go ahead, fire away with true. Have you ever cheated on a woman?
Jimmy?
Jimmy's
Yeah.
like, yes. So you will always be a cheater no matter
It's
what?
like right. You-
That's the greatest answer
You
ever.
fucked him up. And you were supposed to end it in a nice little wrap it up. And then, you just fucked him up with that.
By the way, here's the beauty about Jimmy is that A, honest, B, not a hypocrite at all. He's like, once a cheater, always. I thought he was thinking about his ex-wife. I go, how about you? He's like, yeah, I cheated. Will you always cheat? Yes, I will. Okay, that is a perfectly acceptable, non-hypocritical, beautifully
I
simple,
get it.
wonderful answer. And we're not going to edit this section because it's going to actually, you know what? This might get him laid. This level.
Maybe.
All right, Sandra, you said no. Let me hear your qualifications. What do you think? Once a cheater, always a cheater.
Well, that's an old slang that people put on it. But you know what? Most people are cheaters. But most people don't do it habitually. And you know, if anybody stays together for 20, 30 years, oftentimes there's going to be a moment in that time when people become disillusioned with one another and have problems, whatever, and that there'll be some cheating. But that doesn't mean that they're going to keep doing it over and over again.
Is this a therapy session right now going on? Like
no, no, not at all. Well, it is in a way. I could be a therapist. In a way, it is because you don't stay in long-term relationships without having problems. So, yeah, I mean, but I don't think that a person who cheats one time automatically should be labeled with the label of you're a cheater now.
So you've been with your wife for how long?
20 years.
Okay, so before that, what was your longest relationship?
Before that, my longest relationship was like 12 years, but
solid run.
But no, I had several relationships within that 12 years. So,
okay. So not. Yeah. So did you?
Yeah.
Yes, you cheated.
I was polygamist or whatever.
Got you.
I mean, I had a woman, but I also had until I got married, I settled down.
You know. Jimmy, what was your longest relationship? Like between back to back? Like what were the how many years was wife one versus wife two? Jimmy?
I'm sorry.
Jimmy might have
just
passed
lagged,
out.
buddy.
How many years was your first marriage versus your second? Like how long were your two longest relationships?
Real fucking short. And neither one of them, my two longest, neither one of them were marriages.
No shit. Well, walk us through. What were your two longest relationships? How many years?
I had a 5-year and a 6-year.
Okay.
And in between were the two marriages.
So I'm going to say false 100% and with authority on the once a cheater, always a cheater, because I have cheated with many women that I was with, not with my first wife, who technically I wasn't married to. Didn't cheat with her, but cheated on a girlfriend in high school, cheated on another relationship that I had that was 8 years with somebody Jimmy's friends with on Facebook. The difference is, and now I've been
with that person's
for 11 years. The difference is the way to keep it. So I will say this, and this is going to be controversial. If a woman gets cheated on, or if a man gets cheated on, there's two reasons that it'll happen. One is that the partner you chose is flawed. Two is that you are flawed. And both can also simultaneously happen. But if you're getting cheated on, you might have done some horrible things to make that happen, like not fuck your girl or not or she might not have fucked you right. So you have to maintain an emotional balanced love, and you have to have a physical love. And if you can do both of those and your stomach is content, you won't want to go out and find some. You will
I
become
agree with you.
from a cougar that goes and hunts prey and like goes out in the wild and just grr, to a house cat that likes to be fed in a dish with its water and likes its food and doesn't want to go out in the wild to go hunt anymore. And
I agree with you.
the right woman to change a once a cheater into and always a cheater into a complete bullshit statement. It takes, and I'm sure it happens on the reverse with men. I've seen it many times. It takes a woman who understands how to treat a man, and then the rule goes right out the fucking window. It doesn't matter anymore. All you do
Well,
are jerking
I'll
off
tell you what.
instead of other women.
You guys
Well-
both told me that you guys were going to say yes for this bit, and you fucking just tricked me. Now I'm out in the fucking.
No, you did perfect. Yours is the best answer of all. It's hilarious.
Now everybody thinks I'm a cheater. I was lying, girls.
Jimmy was lying. He's
Well,
perfect.
so Sandro,
Jimmy is Satan's.
so yeah, no, Sandro was truthful. He basically said, "Look, if you're with a girl for a long time, you're gonna fuck other people." Like that's basically what
Well,
he said.
maybe you will. Maybe you will.
Because yes,
If
That's-
the problem is, well, I'm being honest with you. The problem with men is, I think it was the great Chris Rock who said it, that I remember, is men are as faithful as their options. And that's unfortunately a truth. As we get older, we don't have to worry about it. When we were young guys, maybe once in a while when we were young guys, some girls would throw us up. Jimmy more than others because he was a fighter and all that, like he was in the ring, and so maybe women would throw themselves our way. But as we get older, that happens very rarely. As we get older and get fatter and all that shit, we don't go into the store and have the sales girl say, hey man, like
now
there was a
that I-
time when that was happening.
now that I know Jimmy so much better, I guarantee that some of that stuff that was thrown his way was so overt, and his innocence still
Oh,
was.
he didn't even
But yeah,
fathom it. Yeah.
it's just being nice. Like
Yeah.
probably still happening, and he's still probably oblivious to all of it.
Eric, I have told you 100 times on this fucking stupid ass podcast that if I were in Jimmy's shoes, it'd be over with. I couldn't even explain what it would be like.
Really,
What is that, buddy?
I don't think you really invited me over to play Twister, did you?
We missed a couple
You're
words.
talking about the innocence. It was a joke.
Well, no, well, you know what I mean. Like you had morals to the degree where you would not recognize a whore from a non-whore. Like whereas I can tell a whore from 1,000.
Jimmy was being selective. Jimmy was being selective at a time where you and I would have just said, boom, number 2.
Selective is the word. I think he just didn't know what was really happening. I don't think he recognized the moral, like he pretty much thought everyone was nice to him, guys and girls. You know what I mean? Everyone's kind to me. Everyone's cool with me because he doesn't think like that. He doesn't be, I'm sure he has a
He
little.
doesn't come from a place of
Has
where
to-
everybody's out for something.
It has to be pretty
Not that
overt.
he thinks.